Hey, this is Big G from Big G's Texas Roadshow in Kerrville, Texas. You listen to my cousin Redneck on the Gumbo YaYa radio show.
How about we play a little bit of John Schneider for you right here on the Gumbo YaYa radio show, 89.1 FM WFDU HD2.
Late at night when all the stars are gone, an old man sweeps the auditorium. He'll close his eyes and sing into his broom. From an empty stage into an empty room, he sold everything he owned come to town, but he had to take this job when the chips were down. Now he's sweeping up the biggest show in history. He's the Phantom of the Grand Ole Opry. Now every night he sings when they leave, on a stage where he always dreamed he'd be. He puts on the greatest show you'll never see. He's the Phantom of the Grand Ole Opry. Well, he writes and tells his folks he's doing fine, that he expects to hit the big one anytime. But he don't let on, he's sleeping in the streets. He's the Phantom of the Grand Ole Opry. Every night he sings when they leave. They're on a stage where he always dreamed he'd be. He puts on the greatest show you'll never see. He's the Phantom of the Grand Ole Opry. If they would only listen.
Looks like we got a phone call here on the Gumbo YaYa radio show. Let's go to the phone and say, hello, who that? Caller, who's on the line?
Hey, this is John Schneider.
Mr. John Schneider.
Hey.
Much obliged, man. Appreciate you joining us here on the Gumbo YaYa radio show. Very excited to have you. And we don't know where to start because there's so much to get into. There's the actor, there's the singer, there's the dancer, there's the songwriter, there's the studio producer, owner, director. So how about we start with what you're doing right now?
Wow. Right now, I am in the midst of releasing a song every Tuesday. Alicia and I recorded 62 songs this year in an album project called The Odyssey. So we have 6 CDs that are either coming out or out right now. But so that's what I do that's my day job. But my Monday night job, of course, is now Dancing with the Stars, which is about the toughest thing I've ever had anything to do with. It's trying to kill me one step at a time.
1 2 step at a time, one quick step at a time.
1 2 step at a time.
There's a new song for you right there.
I'm taking that. I'm going to write that down.
So, Mr. Schneider, I'm going to have to call you out on something here if you don't mind.
Sure, why not?
You're lying about this dancing thing. Back in the day, weren't you a dance instructor in a movie?
Well, yeah, in a movie. I always jumped cars in a movie, and I've never jumped a car.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, I did. You're talking about Come Dance at My Wedding.
Yes, sir.
I remember. That was a great movie on Hallmark.
Right.
Hallmark, it was great fun. But, nope, I am not a dancer. And, well, I guess I am now. I mean, I'm shocking myself that I'm able to do any of this. I really thought, I know I'm a hard worker, and I know I will give everything. If I show up, I'm going to give it my all. But I really didn't think my all was going to be enough to stick around for very long. But now I'm actually thinking I could win this thing.
Well, we believe you can. We believe you can. We vote for you. We're fans of yours, and we watch the
Fantastic.
regular basis. And I'm excited because this is a family program that families can get together and watch. So there's not a lot of that left, on TV. You were a part.
No, and they took the greatest family show of all time. They took that off the air. So when they took Dukes of Hazzard off the air, I thought, okay, well, the world has definitely lost its mind.
It's true. And it's, again, there's so much to talk to with you about this Odyssey, this musical Odyssey thing. The music on that is great. I'm in love with The River. I love Like a River. I love that song.
Isn't that a great song?
I love that. I'm going to play that for my Yankee Bride. That's going to be my dedication to my Yankee Bride. I end every show with a Yankee Bride song, and I think that's going to be it.
That's a Steve Dorff song. Steve wrote a bunch of Kenny Rogers hits, including "Through the Years We Never Let Me Down." So Steve Dorff is a multi-platinum selling songwriter. So when I heard "The River," I thought, "Oh my gosh, this says everything to Alicia. I wish I could have said myself and more." So feel free to use that with your Yankee Bride. And anybody else who's listening, if you haven't heard the song "The River," it's simple. Go to the internet if you have it. If you don't, then get it and get my app. I have an app which puts me right up there with, I guess, rap stars now and baseball players. You could get a free app online, whether you've got Android or whether you've got an iPhone. It's just called John Schneider. It'll help you vote with dancing. It'll help you vote for me on Dancing with the Stars. It'll help you get the Odyssey and the movies and the schedule for concerts and everything. And I'll bet even this is going to show up on the schedule. So you'll be able to find me wherever. It's a stalker's best friend.
Well, we appreciate you sharing Gumbo YaYa radio show. And ladies and gentlemen, this is Redneck chatting with Mr. John Schneider of Dancing with the Stars fame right here on the Gumbo YaYa radio show.
I thought I'd do that. There you go.
So,
yeah, buddy.
What is of these dances? Do you have a favorite? Have you fallen in love with a particular dance yet?
Well, I really love the waltz because it's slower, but it's elegant and it's pretty. It's a slow story told. So I really, really enjoyed that. However, just this last week, that quick step, which I thought was going to kill me, I was really afraid of that. I fell in love with that too. After you get over your initial fear of where do my feet go and when do they go there, all the dances so far have become, except for the jive. I did not like the jive. I didn't like that. That was just too fast for me. But all these dances make you feel like a different person. And I'm an actor, so there's a lot to be said for putting on a character. And what I've done now in Dancing with the Stars basically is each dance for me, I put on a character. It's going to sound very strange, but I put on a character that can dance, and that guy does the show. Very much like that movie you're talking about, Come Dance at My Wedding. I mean, I played a dance instructor, and I think I played that dance instructor fairly believably.
Well,
but I tell you what, I am not a dance instructor.
Now, hey, John, may I call you John? This is
absolutely.
when you're dancing, each dance has a feel and has a vibe that you kind of have to get into. So my personal favorite, I love the rhythm dances, swing. West Coast is one of my all-time favorites. I love, dancing on West Coast. Foxtrot, because it's really the one true American dance. But each one of them kind of, you have to embody the spirit of the dance. So when you're doing the tango, you got to feel like Valentino. You got to feel like a panther when you're out there, and you kind of you bring that on. And so I get what you're saying when you say you're an actor, but it's almost kind of like when you're out there doing these dances, it kind of envelops your being. I'm now
it's somebody else. It's got to be somebody else, really.
And I'm impressed with first of all, I'm impressed with you. I mean, your movement, your fluid, your lines, and your footwork, and your posture and everything. So you look at this, and I was thinking, man, this guy dances. You were doing theater before you were doing TV, right?
Right. Yeah.
Did you do musical theater, or was it dramatic?
No, it was a lot of musical theater, Fiddler on the Roof and Music Man and Brigadoon, and Funny Thing Happened on the Way to the Forum. But I was generally the guy that came out and sang while people danced around him. So the notion of coming out front and center and being the dancer is a entirely foreign thing to me. But I'm getting used to it. I'm really enjoying it. And Emma is a wonderful storyteller as well. If I were to pick a word for what I am, actor, right, what in the world is that? I'm a storyteller, whether it's through music or pictures or writing or now dance. So this coming Monday, tonight, I've lost complete track of time, is a Paso Doble, which I've never even heard that word. And we are playing I Am Henry VIII to Emma's Anne Boleyn, and she's upset. It's Halloween. That's a Halloween theme. So she's upset that I have beheaded her and gone on and married 4 other women after her. So she's coming back from the grave to try to seek revenge during this incredibly precise bullfighting dance.
Wow, I'm excited. I can't wait. Let's do this, man. Forgive my manners. Let's give folks the number if they want to vote. Website. Let's give everything John Schneider so they can get out there and show their love and support, which I'm sure they're already doing.
Just go to the internet and download the John Schneider app on your phone, and it will help you. It'll help you vote online. It'll help you vote on the phone. It'll take you to the movies and the music and the hots and all that kind of stuff. Even the concert schedule. It'll have a direct link to the river. You can find the song "The River" in there. So that's the easiest thing to do. So go to the app store, get the John Schneider app. It's free, and that will help you do anything you want to do that's related to what I'm up to.
All right, perfect. Get the John Schneider app, and it gives you anything and everything John Schneider. Dancing with the Stars. Make sure you can vote that way. Also, and that's the other thing. John Schneider Studios, is there going to be a ballroom there now, or what's going on with that?
That'd be a great idea. We have some room to dance, but now that I've done this show, there's every likelihood that I'm going to keep dancing. So we'll consider it. But I tell you, we've been dancing in some of the greatest places all throughout the country, and the 2 best, other than the one obviously at ABC there, have been in Louisiana. It's gorgeous here. They've got some great dance schools here. So I don't know that we could compete with that. A ballroom floor is a pretty expensive and particular animal.
Oh, it absolutely it is. It is, and I'm talking from experience.
Right?
I've put a few in.
Oh. Really?
So, here, just to give you an idea, I started doing Gumbo YaYa radio show, hosting as Redneck, because of my experience as a ballroom instructor and choreographer. I started teaching.
I didn't know that.
Yes, sir. I started teaching and dancing 35 years ago. I just turned 51, and I was 15 when I started teaching and dancing. It's
then I sure your compliments about my frame and footwork.
I'm watching you dance. I'm thinking, I can't stand this guy, because if I was as tall as him, I would have done better in smooth competition. But I watch the show all the time. I have to say that you were like always my second favorite on the Dukes after Jim Best.
Well, that's all right.
It's because when we were kids and we watched the Dukes of Hazzard, I had dark hair, my brothers had light hair. I had to play Luke, and they got to be Bo.
Everybody wanted to be Bo.
Everybody, when I was growing up, my dad watched tons of westerns. He watched these old detective shows, and James Best was in all these. He made countless movies that you just and
Left-Handed Gun, and gosh, of course he did the Andy Griffith Show. He did all those episodes of Twilight Zone, and I love Jimmy Best. He was just an amazing man, an amazing friend, and a fine actor who really just created that character of Roscoe. He wasn't anything like that.
Do you mind if we talk a little bit about the Dukes? I kind of was like, I don't.
Not at all.
A couple things. First of all, I know that Sorrel Burke was known for his Shakespearean roles before he got into that, correct?
Oh yeah, yes, and he was also played Archie Bunker's boss on with a very thick, like, Queens, New York accent. So he was a wonder of accents and of linguistics. He loved to play with the English language, and he invented that character of Boss Hogg, and how he spoke and why he spoke the way he did, and the words he used. His word selection was very precise. Like, he would say simoleons rather than greenbacks, and he would tell you why. So he was an amazing guy from Buffalo, New York. So not a Southerner at all.
Right, not far from. I'm in New York now. I'm in New York. I'm in Rockland County, and you're from Westchester.
I'm from Westchester. Yeah.
Right. Now, is it true that? Well, I know that you're a cowboy in your soul. That song Tumbleweed that you're doing.
Oh, it's not a good song.
That is a fantastic song. Listen, folks, if y'all don't go out and get all three, I think this Odyssey has like three. There's the Journey, there's the Vagabond, and there's something.
There's Wanderlust, there's Vagabond, Journey, Crossroads, Beginnings. They're by the time we get to the end of November, we'll have 6. So there's six great CDs you can get a hold of. We've got 62 songs that we've recorded. 10 of which I did go back and redo the greatest hits from back in the 80s. I redid those with an acoustic guitar and a friend of mine on the cajon. So that's a little beautiful production there. The rest of it is full-blown, absolute full-blown production like anybody would do right now in Nashville. We cut them all in Nashville. They're great songs written by folks like Chuck Cannon, who wrote How Do You Like Me Now and An American Soldier, and I Love the Way You Love Me for John Michael Montgomery. So we've got some great songs, great songwriters, and I urge you folks, in this day and age, all you have to do is get the John Schneider app, and it'll lead you to Spotify.
Go to John Schneider app. Go get it.
And then you can actually kick the tires. You can listen to the songs. You can listen to, like you said, Tumbleweed. You can listen to Like a River.
Two Trains is another great one.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
Two Trains.
You can also watch the video. The videos are there as well.
The music on these albums is just, it's going to, ladies and gentlemen, sit down, watch Dancing with the Stars, vote, get the app, get these songs, because you're going to want to just submerge yourself for the entire weekend into this music.
Thank you, guys. That's great.
Hey, listen, there's so many good songs off of here that I like, and then, obviously people can go and get, the other stuff, the John Schneider Studios. Like, there's so much great things around you, Mr. Schneider, that we're so excited for and happy for,
I appreciate it.
And I just watched this.
Movies here too. So.
Yeah, listen, man, you invite. I'm gonna come out there, and maybe we'll do some we'll do some line dances, videotape some line dancing or something.
We have to come up with a line dance for Crazy Women.
I got it.
Another great.
I got it for you. I'll send it to you. Consider it done.
All right, cool.
But we it's funny because I had Miss Earlene Mandrell on the program a while back, just recently, the past few months.
Great.
And then I see that you're chit-chatting with her in that visit. Is she not wonderful or what?
She's great. She's so great. I first met her back when I did the Barbara Mandrell show back in the 80s. And she was a sweetheart then. She's a sweetheart now. Yep. She's just great.
That was a wonderful visit you had with, and then you were telling me how you're kind of like the guy that everybody danced around. But I know for a fact that again I got to call you out on a half truth there, because you did the Donnie Marie show, filled in for Donnie.
I did.
So I mean, come on, that's singing and dancing there.
Well, it was more like controlled falling. Marie called me. I was in London at my son's graduation, and she called me on Friday and asked me if I could fill in for Donnie for a couple of weeks. And I said, I can't dance. And she said, don't worry, it's really simple. So I said, okay. And then I said, when is it? And she said, we go on Monday night. So this was Friday. I was in London, and Monday night I was live on stage filling in for Donny Osmond in Vegas at an 8 o'clock show with Marie. And I was scared to death. But I did it. I did it for 3 weeks because I had to. But I had lots of people dancing around me, and I really did. I ran through the crowd, and then I sang a song. But I would not call what I did on that show dancing, really.
Yeah, well, we're just having fun with you. And that's the thing that that people have said and that we hear is that you are a consummate professional, and that you are dedicated to your craft. And like you said before, when you go out and do it, you do it. One of the things that I most admire about you is your love for the industry. I mean, the songs you've recorded with Johnny Cash and Waylon Jennings, right? I mean, and the songs that you covered, like if you go back and you look at the body of work, you've done George Strait songs and Tom Paul Glasser songs, and it's like you can tell like there is the heart, the soul of a cowboy in you, but it's not.
I've done. I still have the top charting Elvis cover of all time with "It's Now or Never." And that's been the top. That's been the one to beat that record since that came out in 1981. It might have been 1980. But yeah, I love music, and if I'm going to do it, which is why I stayed away from Dancing with the Stars, I was afraid. If I'm going to do it, I'm going to give everything I've got, and I have to be reasonably sure that I'm not going to be awful, because I don't want to be awful publicly.
Yeah, you don't want to put a product out there that you're not proud of, Like when you do something, no matter what you do, I want to be the best of whatever I do, man. If I'm cleaning stables, I want to be the best stable boy there is.
I agree, but I know. I mean, come on. I know I'm never going to be the best dancer ever, but I want people to go, "Holy mackerel, that was great!"
Exactly.
I never thought he'd do that, because I never thought I'd do it. So I will give it my all, but I tell you, before Dancing with the Stars, I really didn't think there was a chance I could even move well. So my hat's off to Emma. She's a wonderful, wonderful instructor and great choreographer, because she's choreographing things that are really tough, but things that she knows I can really wrap my head around and wrap my feet around, and then get it reasonably right, and add my own style to it.
People don't realize what these professionals, the amount of hours and training they go through, and the amount of work they do before and after with the choreography. They don't realize, how physically demanding.
They don't.
And I mean,
thing they don't know. I mean,
think about what you've done. How many hours do you put into a dance, and physically what it does for you?
Well, like I said, I've lost 24 pounds. And every dance we do, we rehearse at least 4 hours a day. Yesterday was 5. Today is 5. So probably we put in 20, 25 solid hours of rehearsal for every dance. And we have to be, I was just talking to somebody the other day who's been in ballroom for 15 years. And she said, you know, in 15 years, we don't get to the stuff that you do on Monday night. She said, you're doing, what did she call it, like gold, being judged at a gold level. And I'm not even sure what that means. But she said, you know, I've been dancing, I've done the quick step for 15 years and never did some of the things that they required you to in the quick step on Monday night because they're too advanced. Too advanced for someone who's been dancing for 15 years.
It is. You will look at the finished product, and you can see that there's a Supreme Gold level dance standard there. That you're dancing on a professional level, and people don't understand like the steps, the move. What you're doing is at a professional level. You know that choreography. It just doesn't fall into place in an instant. 25 hours to get it through. Now, when you do, for some people, choreography is mathematics. It's like phrases here. 5, 6, 7, 8, I'm going to do this 8 count, that 8 count. And for some people,
right,
choreography is actually a visual thing where they say, okay, I can see the pattern in my head and go there. How do you approach learning the choreography?
For me, it has a lot, it's visual, actually. Visual, and also, if a song has words in it, it's easier for me because I'll attach certain movements to certain words. The one we're doing Monday has no words, but it has some very, very severe time signature changes. A lot of bars of 10. Bars of 8 interrupted by bars of 10, which could be confusing to a lot of people. But for me, I can see those bars coming up because I'm a musician. Now, when we get to the actual, and now that I've been in the Dancing with the Stars ballroom so many times, now even in rehearsal, I can see where we're going to be. So I know that these steps over here are going to be in front of the judges. These steps over here are going to be in front of the band. I can kind of be funny over here because these steps are right in front of the audience. So it's kind of a combination of knowing where I am in that space and knowing what happens on what downbeat.
That makes perfect sense. Phrasing, you're using the spatial recognition and phrasing to get there, which is
Yep.
Now.
Yep. And I didn't know that until we started doing it. Certainly now that makes perfect sense to me.
Is this fun for you or no?
Oh, it's great fun, but I do. There is part of me that dreads it because it's so out of my comfort zone. It's so foreign to me. But I'm loving it. I love a challenge. Just like I love to work out, but I don't wake up in the morning and say, "Oh, gee, I can't wait to go lift something."
Right.
It's like, I love what it does.
Yeah,
I love what it does, and I love what this does. This is adding not just a skill set, but a body awareness. I haven't had time to play golf this year. I'm hoping and I'm believing, actually, that this Dancing with the Stars experience is going to improve my golf skills because I'm far more aware and I'm far more able to be aware of very intricate, systematic body movements than I was before.
I think that it does make sense because there are athletes who come into dancing, and there's a center of balance that you need when you dance. There's a movement, there's a type of amount of rotation and things like that you don't realize until you start doing the dancing how you can incorporate it into every day. And the other thing about dancing is if you think about it, it's the one social activity that is universal.
Yeah,
you can go to a bar so many times, but if you're going dancing, it opens up so much more of the world to you. You different people, different genres of dance, different vibe. Like you don't even have to speak the language; just put on the music.
Well, and it gets in touch with something in your makeup as well. Especially this one, this Paso Doble. It's an angry like, not angry is the wrong word. It's a challenging dance. It's like tribal. Lots of arm movement and pounding on the floor with your foot, like you're challenging a bull, which I think gets in touch with something in our very makeup.
Yeah, that bravado inside of you.
We're designed to move. We're designed to express ourselves with our hands, with our feet, with our body, with our they call it body language. Well, body language is it's all built into us, and we do it whether we know it or not. But when you're doing a dance, you're intentionally using your design to express yourself, to express very complex stories and very complex feelings. And I think it's very healthy. I think it actually wakes up part of me anyway. It's been waking up part of my soul. And I feel better. I feel more creative. I sleep better. I mean, I'm tired, so obviously I sleep better. But I think there's something to be said for the therapy, and not just physical therapy, but emotional therapy of dancing.
It's
so folks, get out there and take a dance class.
Yeah,
You'll be shocked.
It is amazing, the therapeutic of it. There's a gentleman here in the area who was part of the American Ballroom Theater, is a friend of mine, and he does dancing wheelchairs. There are so many programs out there where dance is a great means of therapeutic, just for people with physical, mental disabilities.
Yeah.
You feel. I think the sense of accomplishment that you get, the little bit of, hey, I did that and I feel good doing that, it's medicine for the soul,
Yep,
and then
it is.
The health. I mean, you lost 24 pounds. Just
I did, and I wasn't even trying to. I didn't do it because I wanted to lose weight. I mean, but I tell you what, it came right off of me because I drink so much water, and I'm sweating so much because I'm working so hard. It's a great thing.
Well,
so
we love voting for you. We love watching you. We're excited for the Paso Doble. And it's every Monday. John's going to go right to the end. We expect to see him with the Mirrorball trophy. And
thank you. No, I was going to say, what a delight it's been talking with you.
Listen, man, I want to keep you for hours, but I know you got to go. The last thing that
I got to go rehearse. I got somebody coming to look at the studio right now. To maybe they're going to do a movie here. So I'm also a salesman apparently.
Well, so if it's John Schneider Studios, and you can find information about johnsnyderstudios.com. Are you doing music videos there, or is it movies, or whatever people need?
Whatever people need. We do all my music videos here, but other people have shot films here and music videos, and the Louisiana Chamber of Commerce and Board of Tourism came and shot some things here. So we've got everything. We've got swamps and rivers and lakes and houses and bamboo forests. So we've got it all here, and trying to get the movie business back into Louisiana because we have the greatest tax credit structure in the whole country. People just are, as of yet, unaware of that. So I've got to make them a little more aware of that.
I can't wait. I would love to come down and see the studio, man. I love everything that you're doing. I love what you're doing for Louisiana and for the area back there, back home. I know that you had a rebirth after the floods there, and
yeah, we had. Oh, it was a terrible year.
There's so much going on down there, we got to set up another chat because I want to talk about my favorite John Schneider movie of all time, Eddie Macon's Run. We got to get into that.
Hey, I love that.
Huh?
That's great.
I love that. Kirk Douglas, man, how awesome is that? I mean, gee, Kirk Douglas. Doc Holliday from Gunfight at the OK Corral. That it was. What was that like? Was that intimidating?
Once you get past hello, it's all fine.
Okay.
But yeah, at first, of course, going to meet Kirk Douglas and talk about doing this movie with him was a little intimidating. But he was very, very welcoming, and I got over that whole thing right away. He was terrific. Hey, I've got to go. I've got a guy that's going to come through my gate in about 30 seconds.
All right, go. Go. Much obliged, Mr. Schneider.
Thank you so much. Wish me great, not luck. I don't believe in luck. Wish me great show tonight.
All right. Well, congratulations on everything that's going on right now, and we'll be watching Dancing with the Stars, and we'll have everybody vote. We're going to get the John Schneider app out there, and check in with us again, if you would, please.
I sure will. This has been delightful.
All right, much obliged.
Delightful. I'll check in, especially after I win that mirror ball.
All right, we'll be expecting it.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
John Schneider, man, awesome interview. Great chat, great guy. Really enjoyed that. And speaking of great people, we gonna play another song by John, and then come back and we're gonna chat with the folks at Gen Rev Music. Play some music by some of their artists. So, and if y'all want to join the conversation, just dial 701-801-9227. 701-801-9227. When you hear the show in progress, dial 5. Lets me know you're on hold, and we can pick you up. If you're calling from a landline, you must dial 1 first. So let's do this, y'all. Let's when I was talking with John, I mentioned 2 Trains, one of my favorites off of this 62 song 6 CD compilation that he put out, and this is one of them. This is one of the ones that I love the most. So give us a listen. We'll be right back, y'all.
Her friends have all been asking her to go out with him. Finally, last Friday, she gave in. She climbed up on that bar stool, felt so out of place, tried to force a smile across her face. He said, girl, I know that look, it ain't hard to see. And I know you see it when you look at me. So I'll tell you what, you can talk about him, I'll talk about her, about how much we love them, about how much it hurts, how we can't move forward, 'cause we can't go back. We're like 2 trains on a gravel road, miles away from the tracks. Some things you can't get over, oh no, not so quick. It ain't like turning the page or flipping a switch.
When you lose somebody you've loved so many years, it's like half of you just disappears.
So I tell you what, you can talk about him, I'll talk about her, about how much we love them, about how much it hurts, how we can't move forward, 'cause we can't go back. We're like 2 trains on a gravel road, miles away from the tracks. This old world lasts forever.
Maybe there's a reason we were put together,
'Cause if you ain't been there, you can't go there. The good Lord knows that I've been stuck there too. Same as you.
same as you.
It's okay. We can talk about him. We can talk about hurt, about how much we love them, about how it still hurts. We gotta move forward, 'cause we can't go back. We're like two trains on a gravel road. We're like two trains on a gravel road. We're like two trains on a gravel road, searching for the track.